Hello and welcome back to the CraftySniper airsoft page channel. Today you see before you my SRS sniper rifle, and in my first review video I did mention that it is extremely easy even, to change the spring in this sniper rifle, and that's what this video is all about today. I'm going to actually demonstrate changing the spring in this rifle. So first and foremost we need to remove even the magazine. There is no ammunition inside it, but it's always best just to make it safe. The weapon is on safe anyway, and obviously the weapon has been checked beforehand, so there is no rounds in it, it's not going to shoot anything. First and foremost, you have to turn the weapon upside down, and you will see these three little tags here. The one closest to the rifle, pull towards the stock of the gun until it clicks. Now keep your hand on the buttstock and slide it down, and as you can see, the spring and spring guide will shoot back. Now if you do this slowly and methodically, you won't lose control of this. Now this is a very weak spring. This is this is putting out 330, 340 FPS on 0.2, so this is quite weak. I fired a 160 spring out of this gun a few days ago, and the oomph out of this when I took the buttstock off was quite noticeable. So please just be careful when you're doing this. So anyway, that's the spring guide. That's obviously the spring. Lift the bolt up, pull it to the rear. Oh, first of all, let's take off this rubber little section here. This is just what covers the spring when it's reinstalled, so there's no dust or anything getting in there. So just pull that off. Pull the bolt to the rear. Now put the gun onto fire and pull the trigger. There's a little teeny weeny sear right at the bottom end of this gun here that stops everything falling out. Now that with the trigger pulled, you just slide out your piston and your cylinder, and that is it. That is the gun stripped down and able to do spring changes of the spring guide. You can change obviously the piston. You can't do too much work with the cylinder because it is what it is. So let's say for instance this is our new spring we're going to reinstall. So first and foremost, take the cylinder and put the piston back in and reinstall it into the gun. Now you will have to pull the trigger again to lower the sear. If you get it in the right angle, there you go, and just slide it in until both of them have gone in. Put the bolt down. Take hold of the spring and slide this into the rear of the piston. Take hold of your spring guide, put it inside the spring and press with your thumb until you get this in. Again, you're going to have to pull the trigger to get the spring guide in past the point. Now keep your thumb on this. A little trick is to put the weapon into safe. Now that in theory, and I will say again, theory, will actually hold all this in, but I would just be careful on this one. Take hold of your buttstock, line it up and slide it into position. Turn the weapon back upside down, again going to the peg that is closest to the rifle and pull it towards the rifle this time, and you'll hear that little click, and that is the buttstock locked in place. Now to make sure that everything else is sorted, put the gun into fire and it will basically allow the spring guide to sit back inside the buttstock, like so. Put the weapon back on the safe, put your spacer, rubber, whatever the heck you want to call this thing, back in, feed it in and feed it to the rear end, and as you can see the cylinder is sat here, and this part here, this rubber part, actually blocks off any chance of any dirt or any bits of leaves or anything else we go out into airsoft getting into your spring and messing up the mechanism. And that is how you change the spring in an SRS sniper rifle. Doesn't matter if it's the 22-inch or the covert. This one is the 26-inch, so it's very long. It is exactly the same when it comes to changing the spring. Hope you found this video informative. This is one of the reasons why I love the SRS so much. It is such an easy weapon to work on. You can do major work on this and it's not difficult to take this thing apart. Didn't need any tools, just take your time. Like I say, if it's a really heavy string or strong spring that's inside this gun, please be careful when you release the buttstock. it will launch the spring guide and spring back out of at you as well. So anyway, I'm CraftySniper. I hope you found this video informative and fun. If you have any questions about the SRS, please ask me on the Facebook page, on the YouTube page. I'm more than happy to talk about this rifle. And I will see you on an airsoft field very, very soon.